Hey guys, long time no see. I'm coming today because I've really been wanting to start doing. I don't know where to look, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm looking right here, looking cockeyed. Do I look here? Does this look straight when I look here? Okay, anyway. I've been wanting to do story times for the longest time, y'all. I love watching story times. I love telling stories. I love all that. But it's a little bit difficult when you still have people in your life and you really don't want to offend anyone. You don't want to start drama. But I have a couple of stories for sure I can tell without drama. And I don't really care if they cause drama either. So that's there's that. Okay. So honestly, I have so many stories. But I will share one. I will share one today. So, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, cool. If you're not new here, real cool. My channel was mainly about hair in the past, but I care less about that now. So I don't know what it's gonna be, and I don't know how I'm gonna post. So just stay tuned. So I went on a date that I did not know was a date. Okay, so all right. So I was with a guy for 3 years and some change. So it was, for me, it was quite some time. So I've been out in the dating game, found myself back in it. So I can't think of what app this was, honestly, because all of them are trash. But it was most likely like Hinge or something. Yeah. So let's just say it was Hinge. So I met this dude on Hinge. We'll call him John. So John, y'all, get ready because John is the hot mess. Okay, so John was not my typical physical type. Okay, I don't necessarily have a strict type, but I know what I like and what I don't like. And he wasn't like I don't like, but he was not my. Oh yeah, that's him right there. That's my type right there. No, it wasn't like that. But he was a handsome guy, and he had a nice bio. He seemed like he had his head on straight or whatever. So I said, okay, whatever. I'll message him back. Or obviously, I don't really remember how Hinge works, but I think y'all have to like each other first. But anyway, so whatever. He messaged me, hey, how you doing? Just really nice. But we didn't send a whole lot of messages. I did not get to know him very well because we were probably talking for like 3 days. But so basically, during us getting to know each other a little bit, he was telling me, "Oh, I'm a personal trainer. I live in Raleigh, and I go to this church." And so I looked up the church because I'm like, I'm always down to try new church, so forget it. He's like, "Yeah, I go to such and such church. Like, you should come by. Like, you really like it. You might end up wanting to be a member." I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But I said, okay. So he kept inviting me over the few days we were talking. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go. Call my friend. I said, girl, we're going to Raleigh. It was like Raleigh Durham, but whatever. I was like, we're going to Raleigh and we're gonna go visit this church. She's like, okay, cool. She's like really go with the flow type of friend. She don't really have a whole lot going on, so she's just like down for the ride all the time. So Saturday night comes and I text her. I said, girl, I have a bad feeling, but we're not going tomorrow. And normally I listen to my instincts and I don't go. And I didn't go. So I woke up the next morning. I text him. I say, hey, I'm just honest. I was like, I don't have a really good feeling about it. I don't know if it's the drive there or what. Because it was an hour away. An hour and a half away, actually. So I'm like, maybe it's like the drive. I don't know what it is. It's not you personally, but I don't feel comfortable going. So he tried to convince me to go. And I was like, no. So I ended up going to church with my friend, Precious. I can say her name because what? Anyway, so we went to church, then we went to brunch after. And he texted me, he's like, I'm sad you missed church, but we have an event later on if you want to come. So I said, period, I'll go. Well, it wasn't really that quick. I kind of talked about it with my friend. She's like, do you feel comfortable going? I'm like, I mean, I don't feel uncomfortable because like earlier I felt bad. Like, and I was thinking I'm probably going to get into a wreck or something if I go. I know that's like negative, but you never know. You need to follow your instincts. Really, that's the moral of the story. Follow your freaking instincts. So, you guys, oh my god. Anyway, so sorry, losing my train of thought, but I'm gonna get it back. Okay, so my friend's like, I mean, if you feel comfortable going, then go. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna go by myself. Like, I already canceled on my friend. I don't want. I mean, on Sunday she really be with her family, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna bother her. So I said, okay, I'm going. Boom. I start getting on the highway, driving. I'm not having a bad feeling, but I'm like, the weather's starting to turn kind of dark and gloomy. And I just am a firm believer. Follow your freaking instincts and your spirit. When your spirit is vexed, is not acting right, don't go to that place. Period. But whatever, I still went. So it's probably, I've been driving about an hour at this point. It comes about 20-something minutes away, and traffic is getting wild. I'm telling you, like, you would think it's a holiday weekend on the highway. People are swerving in and out of traffic. My motorcycle gang swerving in and out. I'm like, oh, heck no. But this is gonna sound crazy, y'all, but I've been in wrecks before, and I know the telltale signs, like what's gonna cause a wreck. So I'm sitting there like, oh, heck no. I'm about to get into a wreck. Like, I already kind of came to terms with it because people are driving crazy. It don't matter how well I'm driving, they're driving crazy. Literally, the traffic was so tight. So tight. At some point, I had like 1 or 2 car lengths in front of me, and I was trying to maintain that because it's easy to rear end somebody or someone to rear end you if you have to stomp on your brakes. So I said, you know what? Forget it. Whatever. I'm trying to leave room. But of course, cars coming in front of me because they're impatient. I'm like, bro, don't you see what I'm trying to do here? But okay. So about 20 minutes to go, boom, I get into a freaking wreck, bro. It's raining. My hair is popping. My hair is getting less popping as the rain's dropping on it. I'm getting so mad. So I get out the car. Homegirl and her friend, they were good. They're like, you good? You're good? I'm like, I'm good. Look at her car. There's like a dent. I'm like, well, girl, is that obviously your car is messed up? She said, no, that didn't been there. The only thing is wrong with the car. Basically, on the back of her car, it said Acadia or Arcadia, whatever. It's just like a GMC car. But basically, the words were like falling off. So she was like, no, that's nothing, girl. This car's been through way worse. She said, yours looks fine too. Y'all, mine did not look freaking fine. But I was just like, okay. I drive a little Mazda. My Mazda label, it went from looking like this to looking like this. I said, oh no. Anyway, but I didn't really know what to do in that situation. Like, we exchanged like information, but we ended up just going our separate way. I called my mama after. I'm shook. She's like, why don't you call the police? I said, girl, I wasn't thinking that. I don't know how that goes. The last wreck I was in, it was so bad. A bystander, called the police for me. I don't know how this crap works. So anyway, I get back in the car and I'm like, bro, I'm over it. I shouldn't have come. Like, I literally had a feeling if I went there this morning, I was going to get into a wreck. I decided to go today and I got the freaking wreck. Y'all, listen to your instincts. Listen to your instincts. Don't feel like you're missing out on a good time or something like that because something tells you not to go. Like, no, you're missing out on something, that's for sure, but probably something that you don't need to be around. You don't need to be involved in. So anyway, at this point, y'all, I'm almost there. I'm tired. And I said, you know what? I'm still going to go to the event. My car is still in running condition. Nothing was wrong with it. It's pretty jacked up to this day. But I'm good. I'm just going to go. So driving. I'm about 8 minutes away. I look at my little gas meter. And I'm on 0 miles. It's actually below 0. I know that sounds crazy, but like in my car, it'll go from like 310 to 0, and then it won't have a number at all. It's like, girl, you was empty. So I said, oh shoot, what the freak? So I don't know where I am. My phone acting up. First off, Spectrum wireless, it could never. I'm going back to Verizon as soon as I freaking can. But anyway, so Spectrum Wireless acting up. I don't know what the freak is going on. Then I'm like stopping at random places, like asking people, hey, is there a gas station nearby? Because literally my phone will not show me the gas stations. So someone real rude was like right up the street. I said, okay. So I go up the street and I notice as I'm driving up, the power is out on that street. I said, oh, heck the freak no. Why is the power out? So I'm pulling to the gas station knowing good and well the power's out. But I said, Lord, just save me in this situation. Like, I will never come to Durham again. Like, this is it. But anyway, so I pull up to the pump. I see that pump is blank. I'm so desperate because I'm so scared. Like, I don't know how long I have been below zero. You know what I mean? I know there's a reserve tank in the cars, but how many miles are on the reserve tank and how long have I been in the reserve tank? You feel me? So I was just like, okay, no. So get out the car and I'm like, what the freak? Gas pump is blank. Guy comes outside. Yeah, we ain't got no power. You look good though. I said, honey, okay. I get in the car. First off, sir, don't add insult to injury, because I don't know if you saw the sweat on my brow. I don't know if you saw the distress on my face, but that did not make me feel bad. So, anyway, I get back on the road, and my whole thing is I'm over today. I should not have come here. I should have followed my instincts. So I call, homeboy calls me. I'm here, where you at? I said, oh no. I said, look, I just want you to know, I got into a wreck coming here. I'm almost out of gas. I'm pretty much talking like frantically because I'm really disturbed. Honestly, my phone, it wouldn't pull up Apple Maps, but it sure would let him call me. So I'm confused about that. I'm mad at my phone and everything. So he's like, stop where you are, Rachel. I'm coming to get you. And when I tell you, I'm already real theatrical and dramatic. But I'm about to get real theatrical and dramatic because this is how he was acting. And I cannot exaggerate. So he's like, I'm coming to get you. I'm getting a ride right now. I said, so he's like, stop where you are. Just go to the nearest place you can just stop. I said, okay. In my mind, I'm like, what do you mean you're getting a ride? Look, I'm not crapping on people that don't have cars. But one, I didn't know you didn't have a car, bro. And you're 30, 20, but he was between 28 and 30. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine because this isn't the day anyway. I was just visiting the church. That's how I'm thinking about it. Like, he don't owe me nothing. Whatever. So I'm like, I don't know how he's going to help me when he does not have a car. But okay. So at this point, I'm tired. I'm stressed out. I'm just like, you know what? I need to get out of this car right now so I can think about something else other than the fact that I might be stranded in about 5 minutes of driving. So I sit down at a Dunkin' Donuts. I wait there for like 30 minutes. I'm like, well, where is this nigga at? He pulls up passenger side of a minivan. I said, okay, I mean, maybe that's an Uber. It wasn't an Uber. So it's this older black lady driving. And I'm like, that really can't be his mama. Because he's like high yellow. And she was not at all high yellow. So I said, okay, I don't know who that is, but that's not my business. Whatever. So I see him walking to the Dunkin' Donuts. So I stand up. Tell him, he's like, no, sit down. Okay. So I sit my butt down. I'm like, oh, he's like, you are so beautiful. Oh my God, you look so much better in person than you do in your pictures. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, but like, are we gonna? What? How can you help me? So he's like, sit down. I just want to get to know you. I'm like, sir. In my mind, I'm like, you can't have all your marbles because I thought you were coming to help me. This is not a date. I'm confused. You really got me here trapped, Negro. And really, if anything, he trapped because I might be low on gas, but you don't got no car at all. So really, you trapped yourself. But anyway, so whatever. He starts talking. He's like, Yeah, he's telling me about all his accolades, all the great things he's done in life. Oh, I'm a personal trainer. All the gyms in Raleigh want me so bad. I said, okay, what do you do? Well, are you a trainer? Like that's your job? No, I'm a security guard. I said, oh, okay. I'm not crapping on being a security guard. It's just I thought all the gyms in Raleigh wanted you. You got a whole degree in like something physical, and you're a personal trainer, but you work as a security guard. But why when all the gyms in Raleigh want you? He goes, because there's not enough space. Like, they want me, but they don't have space. I said, well, if they want you, they'll make space. He ain't like that. So he was like, nah, like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, they don't have space. I said, okay, period. Whatever. I ain't gonna argue with you. So, when I tell y'all, I'm about to say, girl, I don't know who watching this, but I'm sure it's girls. Girl, when I tell you this Negro, he's like talking about himself. He's like, yeah, when you're with a guy like me, you will never touch another door handle. We'll get to that, y'all. Make a mental note of that in your head. So I said, oh, okay. At this point, I know he's crazy. Like, he's a little off his rocker. Because this is not a date, Negro. You literally have me here stranded. I guess I have myself here stranded. But I'm stranded. You're stranded. And we're not going to the freaking church. So I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm like, okay, I can tell he's a little off his rocker, and I'm not going to mess with a crazy man. Like, I'm not going to really push his buttons too far, even though I'm definitely the type of girl that will push a button, for real. So, I was pushing his button a little bit. But, so he was like, yeah, I'm like the best guy ever. I just want you to know that I prayed before my way over here. I prayed that we would have a great day. You prayed on the way over here to this Dunkin' Donuts where you're supposed to be helping me get gas about a date going well, but okay. So I said, okay, well, who dropped you off just now? Oh, that's my deaconess. I said, oh, your deaconess, okay. What? I was like, so you were at the church and so she just told you to get in the car? No, I live with her. Oh, okay. I've heard of things like that. When you've been heavy in the church, you know, like the pastors let people live within the deaconess, and the deacons and deaconesses or whatever. And like, you know, maybe they have like a church parsonage that they let people live in. So that wasn't really a big deal to me, but it was a little odd. So I was like, well, why is that? He said, because me and my mama are homeless. I said, so you and your mama live with the deaconess? He's like, yeah. But anyway, he's trying to change the subject. Yeah, you can ask the deaconess. I am a great guy. I'm like the best guy you'll ever meet. Negro. Ugh. Now, also, I didn't even give y'all a physical description of John. So John was light skinned, which is not a typical thing. Light skinned, probably like 5'9". He did look like he was a personal trainer. He was pretty fit, but he had the crazy eyes. Okay, like I asked him at some point, because I told you I was pushing his buttons a little bit. I asked him, I'm like, do you ever blink? Because I swear there was like a 15-minute period of time where he did not blink. So I said, hey, I mean, he's talking about himself. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, do you blink? He said, I mean, yeah, I blink, but why would I blink when I have God's beautiful creation in front of me? He obviously didn't blink when he was making you. I said, wow, that was some creative crap. I'll give you that. But no, no, that was some weird crap too. So I was like, So I'm just laughing, and I'm laughing at him the whole time, like with him, but more so at him the whole time. But I can tell he's thinking, oh, I'm winning. She's laughing. Negro, I'm laughing at you. This is a weird situation. So then he goes on to, like, y'all, I'm just literally telling y'all what he's saying. He's like, well, I really like you. How do you know? You don't know anything about me. I really like you, and I just really feel like, you know, I haven't been on a date in 2 years. Ooh, that's weird. I haven't been on a date in 2 years, and I just know, like, God put us here together for a reason tonight. So I'm like, okay, well, at this point, I know he's probably mentally ill a little bit, or high functioning autistic. I don't know, and I'm not insulting him. I literally don't know, but I know something is going on. Something's going on with John there. So I'm like, okay, John, so tell me more about you. Because I'm telling y'all, it was pure entertainment at this point. Pure entertainment. Because the way he speaks is very like, oh, yeah. He doesn't sound like how you would think a stereotypical black man would sound. Take that how you will. So he's like, I did jiu-jitsu, and I also did semi-pro football, and he's done all this. But where's the success at? Where's the success? So I was just like, okay, well, you've done a whole lot of stuff, so how'd you find yourself here? Well, me and my mama, we visited here one time, and we decided to pick up and move. No. Oh, okay. So I'm playing along because it's pure comedy to me. He's a freaking hilarious dude. But he's crazy, so I probably shouldn't be I'm laughing at him and not with him at all. So I said, you got any siblings? Oh, yeah. I have a brother. We left him in New York, though. You left that baby in New York? How old is he? 14. He didn't want to come with us, so we left him. I said, oh, my God. I said, oh, like with his daddy? He said, no. Like, he's homeless right now. In New York. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, y'all's family on some other stuff. That's not my business, and I'm not going to be here to find out. This is the last time you'll ever see me, Negro. But I was just like, okay. Then he goes on to say, y'all, I'm leaving parts out because it was literally 2 hours of him talking about himself. I'm leaving some parts out because we got to get out of here soon. But he's like, yeah, I just want you to know I'm the most kind person ever. I'm the most kind person. I paused him. I said, what's your favorite thing to talk about? I'm being sarcastic, Negro, because you've been talking about yourself for 2 hours. He's like, anything that makes you happy, baby. I said, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, y'all, he was wild. He was wild as freak. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, so do you consider yourself a humble person? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm real humble. I gotta be. My mama raised me to be humble. That's the only way to be. I said, oh, okay. He said, what are you trying to get at? I said, I'm trying to get at the fact you've been talking about yourself for 2 hours. Well, let's get into you. No. Because the only thing you need to know about me is what you can find on Google. Because at this point, Negro, we are not seeing each other ever again after this. This is it. Period. So I'm like telling him like little things here and there. Oh, I work in the car business. Oh, I'm 26 years old. Things he already knows. I reiterate the same points because Negro, you ain't knowing nothing new about me because this is it. So he goes on to say, yeah, I'm starting to dig into his life a little bit basically. Because he's telling me all about himself, and obviously he just needs an ear. Obviously he just needs someone to talk to. So talk to me, honey. It's fine. I'm bored anyway. Once I leave this Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to have to deal with my gas situation, and I don't feel like doing that right now. So we can talk. I'm digging into what he's saying. Like, I'm really being real like a psychologist with him, basically. I'm like, oh, so do you think this happened in your life made you like this? And da-da-da-da. I'm actually getting interested because I'm sitting here openly talking to someone who is crazy. I can really get into their crazy mind and like, okay, what's really going on in here? I'm dissecting. So I'm having a good time at this point. So it's like, yeah, I've never really been a man who has anger problems. I don't get angry. See, that is what made me kind of like, I mean, first of all, I was done from the beginning. But I was really like, okay, I'm really done with this dude. I'm never speaking to him again. Because he's like, oh, I've never lied. I don't hurt people. I've never hurt a person ever in life. Sir, like, get your life, get your mind. Get your life, get your mind. Because everybody has lied and hurt people and said things to hurt people before. He's like, no, I haven't. He's talking to me. You're speaking from a place of hurt because men have hurt you, but I would never hurt you. Oh, I said, I'm not speaking from a place of hurt. That's common sense. People lie. People hurt people. It's like, you're not Jesus. Are you Jesus? I asked him that. Are you Jesus? No, I'm not Jesus. I would never say I'm Jesus. Okay, well, he was the only perfect man. If you want to go there. But anyway, So I'm basically digging into that statement he made that he doesn't hurt people and he's, this great guy. So I'm digging. I dig so deep. This Negro ends up admitting, yeah, I did snatch the door off the hinges one time in a classroom when I was in high school. I said, ooh, that's violent. He was like, don't get me wrong. I have had anger issues before, and I have hurt people. I said, I know you have. I said, I have too. We've all hurt people. I'm at this point, because he's getting worked up. Like, he's like remembering all the times he's hurt people. So he's like, I'm like, yeah, calm down. We've all hurt people before. That doesn't make us who we are. It's fine. And he's like, yeah, because God has changed me. Like, I'm changed. I'm thinking to myself, you getting real hard up. Like, you scared me a little bit, but I'm here with you. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I feel you. I don't know, I understand. He's like, yeah, and I definitely had to beat my mom's boyfriend up. I pushed him down the steps. He's telling me all types of just violent crap he's done. And he's like, yeah, I ended up in the mental hospital. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, hold on. Because one, again, I'm not shading nobody from a mental that has been to a mental hospital. I'm not. But it was the next thing to come. So he goes, yeah, I've been to a mental hospital. I take drugs. I still on drugs to this day for my anger. Oh, okay. So I was just like, oh, and my dumb self. Y'all, I really got to be careful what I say to people. Because this nigga was crazy. And I'm just talking to him like he a homegirl. So I'm like, so is that why you don't blink? At that point, I could tell he was done with me, bro. He was done with me, bro. So he was like, because he was taking this whole thing very seriously. And I thought at some point he would know that I'm not taking it seriously. Like, Negro, I'm passing time. I'm getting back on the road. Frick this church. And honestly, was there even an event over here tonight? Or were you trying to lure me over here? That's a whole nother can of worms. That's a whole nother can of worms that we're not going to get into. But whatever. It's time for me to go. I'm like, okay, you didn't come to help me. You came to go on a date that I never agreed to go on. And I'm honestly glad we never made it to the church, because what if I got to the church and he's like, yeah, this is my girlfriend Ray. This is my girlfriend Rachel. Oh my God. I would have been so embarrassed, and I would have tucked up the deuces in the middle of service. If you introduced me as your girlfriend one more time, that's exactly how it would be. So I'm glad I didn't go there. I'm glad it didn't work out. And I probably will never step foot in that church. Ever. I don't care. And it's not because of that, Negro. But it's just because I feel like it's bad juju around. I don't even want to go to Durham anymore. Don't invite me to Durham or Raleigh. So it's time to go. Remember, he said I would never have to open another door as long as I'm around a dude like him. So I'm like, yeah, I told him basically to close the conversation. It was nice to meet you. You a nice guy. I'm really, because he crazy. I'm not trying to rile him up. I'm like, nice guy. Nice to meet you. I don't see this working, because I can tell he likes me. He don't know me, but he likes me. He wants to see where this is going to go. It's not going anywhere. I need to let him know that. So he never hits my lineup again. So I'm like, hey, it was nice meeting you. It's not gonna work, because he was like, I just want to see where this goes. I want to see what we can do. So I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. It was beautiful. Conversation was great. Lying, but I'm like, I'm out. I don't know if he thought he was getting a ride or what, but he was not getting a ride for me. So I get up, I walk up to the door. And I'm standing beside the door, because Negro, you said I would never have to open another door. Okay. He's looking at me like, after you gonna open the door, what? I said, period. I'm gonna open the door. So we walk outside, and he's like, oh, this is the damage to your car. I said, yeah. I'll talk to you later, though. No hug, no nothing. Not even a handshake. No, sir. So I'm like, okay, yeah, bye. Tell me why this Negro acting like he going to the passenger side. I said, bye. I'll let you know when I get home. And I really was going to, because I feel like that's common courtesy. Y'all, he's like, okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool, bye. I'll leave him there at the Dunkin' Donuts. Sir, if you could get here, you can find a ride back. You are not getting in this car. Especially when you didn't help me with this gas situation. I'm in the same situation as I was before, bro. So I pull off. I see him probably texting his ride. Get the texting, baby. Get the texting. So he's texting his ride. I go off and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go down this street and just find a gas station because obviously this street, the lights out. So I go down the street, find a gas station. I'm calling my sister, telling her like, girl, what is freaking light, bro? I'm out of this mud. So pull up to the pump, and as soon as I pull up to the pump, my car turns off. I ran out of gas as soon as I hit the point. I said, Lord, if I lost everything. Look, for real, God is good. So I literally filled up, telling my sister about what's happening. She's dying laughing. I'm laughing because I'm like, that's all I can do. Because this was the most expensive hour-and-a-half trip ever. I have a $500 deductible to pay. I ran out of gas. Not to mention, we were sitting in the Dunkin' Donuts for so long with no drinks. The lady was like, y'all want something or what? Literally said that. And he's like, when I tell you, he said no so fast. No. I said, oh, how the frick you know I didn't want nothing that I could pay for? But it's fine. It's fine. In the midst of all that, he did say, yeah, the next time we go on, our next date, yeah, I'm going to take you somewhere really nice and I'm going to pay for it, da-da-da. Okay, I'm just letting him talk because I know I'm never speaking to him again. So I get home. I pull into my driveway. I'm like, this dating crap is for the birds, bro. It's for the freaking birds. I text him home. Message did not deliver. I did not know he blocked me. But if I were him, I would block me too. Because I was in there laughing, making a joke of things because it was funny. But anyway, never spoke to him since, obviously, because he blocked me. But that's all. That's all for today's story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely have more stories to tell. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this story. And yeah, talk to you later.